Well, hello everybody. Hope you're doing great. We've got some more factoring to do today. So your notes are slightly out of order, but I think this will help us when we go to factor because I'm going to change the order that we're going to factor in. So today we're going to factor by grouping, as you see there. And so this will be 7.12. So find this page in your notes, and then we'll get going. You'll notice today we have 4 terms. So yesterday we did trinomials, and we're going to come back to those tomorrow, but we're going to use grouping. So I thought we might as well learn grouping today to get good at it, and then tomorrow when we have harder trinomials to factor, we'll be better. So anyway, so here's basic factoring for when we see 4 terms. Right? So if we look at our example over here on the right, we've got x to the third plus 7x squared plus 2x plus 14. And it says group the first 2 terms together and the last 2 terms together. All right, so we're just going to go ahead, and when I group them, guys, I'm just going to put a set of parentheses around them, right? And I'll say that, hey, now they're grouped. Now it says factor out the greatest common factor for each one of these. So let's just look at x cubed plus 7x squared. I think my greatest common factor here is just going to be x squared. When I factor that out, this turns into x plus 7. Okay? Now let's look over here to the right. Again, we're going to factor out greatest common factor, think number and variable. That would be a positive 2. And you don't have to write the plus sign right now. But then this also factors into x plus 7. And this is how we know we did grouping correctly. Because it says the greatest common factor from each binomial will become one factor, and the remaining binomial will be the other one. So this is how this works. So we have to have the same stuff, same binomial here. That is one of my answers, x plus 7. The other binomial I get from my 2 greatest common factors, here and here. So the other one turns into x squared plus 2. Alright, how do we check our answer? Well, we could FOIL this. Right? We could FOIL everything we've got here and figure out if we've got the right answer or not, but I think that we do, because I did it. And I do everything correctly, except for yesterday. We had a few hiccups. Okay. So anyway, so let's do some more of these. Again, grouping, it doesn't matter. Just take them in the order that you get them in, and go from there. Okay. So here we go. So we're gonna try these. Let's go. So let's group here and here. Let's group here and here. All right. Greatest common factor here is going to be 3. X squared. This will turn into x plus 5. Okay, and let that help you, right? X plus 5. Let this be your guide to, hey, you know what? I want to try to turn this negative 2x squared minus 10 into an x plus 5. All right, so let's look here and say, you know what? I know I'm going to factor out a 2. Alright, and if we factor out 2, here's what's happened. So this turns into negative x minus 5. So these aren't the same, but how could we make them the same? Well, what if I factor out now a negative 2? Alright, if I factor that out, now this becomes positive x, this becomes positive 5 or plus 5. Now my binomials are the same. So that's why I said you can use this fellow over here, this binomial, to help you know what we want to factor. So now we're good. So now bring everything together. My first binomial will be our greatest common factors, 3x squared minus 2. And then the other one is just the same duplicated binomial, x plus 5. Again, FOIL it if you want to, but it will absolutely turn itself right back in to this polynomial with 4 terms. Okay, moving on, here we go. Number 3. All right, let's group these together. There and there. here and here. Again, I've got this another negative 5x, so let's watch and see what happens there. Let's go x squared. So we'll have x plus 2. Now, again, I want to try to make x plus 2 over here. So 5, but I want to make it a negative 5 because I need to get positive x and positive 2, right? And if I do that, it does, right? Negative 5 divided by negative 5 is positive 1, so we're left with our x. Negative 10 divided by negative 5, positive 2. Okay, this is the only part of grouping that's really tricky is when we have to factor out a negative. And I know I mentioned it before that we never want to do that. This is the only time where it really, where we really need to do that. All right, so there we go there. Okay, number 5. Group and group. We see a positive here that makes us smile for at least now. It looks like 3y. That's our greatest common factor here. This will turn into 2y minus 1. Okay. Greatest common factor over here, 2. No, not 2. What am I thinking? How about just a z? Okay. And yep, this will turn into 2y minus 1 as well. Notice there's no sign with z, right? That's a positive z. If it was a negative z, we would have that there. So 3y plus z. That's a z, not a 2. Again, order makes no difference, guys. I could have put 2y minus 1 first. In this case, I just have it second. It doesn't change our answer, though. Okay. Again, group and group. Here we go. Greatest common factor here, 5x squared. Okay, factor it out. This turns into 2x minus 5. Alright, over here, greatest common factor of 4 and 10. Probably going to say that that's 2. And let's see what we get. 2x minus 5. Yep, our binomials match up. Everything's good. 2x minus 5 goes here. 5x squared plus 2. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh, what do we got? All right, so we got a couple over there. Let's do these ones real quick, kiddos. All right, here we go. Group. Good to go. Greatest common factor 6 and 9 is 3. They also have an m in common. Alright, we factor this out. 2n minus 3. And we'll factor this over here. Again, think about, hey, I want to turn it into 2n minus 3. So I'm going to have to factor out a 2. Ooh, 2. But it's got to be a negative 2. Right, that will give me 2n minus 3. Okay, so let's keep going here with this one. 2n minus 3, alright, that's what they've got in common. And our other binomial, 3m minus 2. Good to go there. Alright, next one. Again, group them just like they are. Here we go. And here we go. Greatest common factor. A lot of stuff going on here. 4. I can factor out an r as well as an s. Okay. 4 divided by 4 gives me 1. R squared divided by r is r, and then the s cancels out. Okay. And over here, negative 8 divided by 4 gives me negative 2. R and s both cancel out. And so, again, here we're looking for this r minus 2 in our second binomial. So we're definitely going to have to factor out a 3. But if we just did 3, well, negative 3 divided by 3 gives me negative 1. And I need a positive 1r here. So that should tell me, hey, factor out a negative 3. When we do that, negative 3 divided by negative 3 turns into a positive 1. And we're left with r. You can write the 1 there or not. And then positive 6 divided by negative 3. There's your negative 2. Okay, and we get r minus 2. And there we go. And then our first Greatest common factor 4RS. Our second one, -3. Again, makes no difference the order that you write those in. So I'm going to give you guys a turn now to work on these. So let's do this. Pause this. Work on 10 and 12. All right. Work on 2, 4, 6, 8. When you come back, I'll have all those answers magically there. And then we'll talk a little bit more, and we'll go from there. Okay? Okay, welcome back. Here's your answers for 2 through 8. All right, so pause this if you need to, but there they are. And then I will show you the answers to the other ones here. Let's move over here. And all right, and then there's the answers on 10 and 12. So again, any questions on that, or you're not sure, hey, I didn't factor this right. Now that you see the right answers, you're still having fits with it, let me know. If not, let's work on homework. I know we didn't have homework yesterday. You're so thankful for me, I bet. So here's what I want you to do. So let's look back at 8 and 9. So homework 9, of course, is factoring by grouping, what we did today. Let's just do the odds on that one, and then the evens on homework number 8. I know some of you were getting a start on that yesterday. So anyway, so factoring basic trinomials that have that coefficient of 1, and then factoring by grouping, this will definitely help us for tomorrow. So hope you had a great day, and this was a nice short video, so hopefully we've got some extra class time to get started on those. All right, see you.